Live stream active.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the live. How are we doing? Let's put this up here out the way. Let's put the keys there. Right, let's start getting ready for today. Right, is the paint dry? It feels dry. It's not looking too bad. It will do. It will definitely do. Right, nuts and washers. Was I going to put locking nuts on this? I need some more washers. Right, locking handles. Where's all my locking handles? Where? Here. I've just got to try and find everything now. See if this is going to work. What's the bit rate? Plasma
Sponges says yo.
Yo, mate. Yo. Welcome in.
Plasma Sponges says I'm here.
Plasma is in the house. Just trying to find all of my bits. There should be some handles in here somewhere. There's one. This is kind of the bag for Scotland.
Plasma Sponges says how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. Thank you. Just trying to work out what bits I need and what bits I don't. So I'm trying to get the bikes packed for Scotland now. Because I'm not really thinking about it. It's like just I'm going to just shoot off and do it. And
Plasma Sponges says I need a thinner duvet to bloody hot long.
well, I've only put my woolly hat on because literally my hair is like boom this morning. I look like a woolly mammoth gone wrong. So I thought I'd put I'm just unwrapping these. Remember these little handles I was showing you? They've got this like, so you can, when you move the handle, it moves the bolt. But if you pull it out like that. When it's pulled out, you can physically move the handle without the bolt moving. I don't know, can you see that bolt moving? And then when it locks. So it's like a little ratchet handle, but it means I don't have to carry tools. I'm not sure how this is going to all work. Yeah, but the good news is, I don't know if you saw the picture. These are all painted. All the bars are painted, so we've painted them. Got some paint on them. I only put a little bit of paint on, didn't put loads, just to make them look black. And then we're going to put the clamps on. So yeah, there's a little bit of paint missing there, but I'm going to touch that up later. But yeah, this has got to be put on now. It's going to get scratched when it gets put on and off, but oh well.
Plasma Sponges says I remember you best go painting them.
So yeah, the basket, unclip that. If I try not to drop it. I'm like, okay, that just slots on like that. But yeah, I haven't. Normally, I'd do a weekend, like a weekend or something away to test. You little fucker, and you. No, little fucker. That's 2 that have fallen off. And if I let go of this, guarantee it's just going to fall off the bike. Yeah. I thought I'll wear a white t-shirt today because I'll get away with it. Well, is that going to fall off? I'll get all the way over here. Is it going to fall off? It's going to try to. You watch. Let's just put nuts on it. Them handles are a great idea, but at the same time, they're not. There goes the other one. They kind of work, but it's like the threads are mucked up. What's going on with the threads? I don't want to put my clothes against them in case it's not dry yet. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the threads are not very good. This is great, isn't it? Yeah, the train on platform 2's about to leave, and there's me trying to get bloody nuts back on. Yeah, where's the other washer gone? Oh, there's a couple over there. I must have dropped a few of them. So, originally I was going to use locking nuts on these. But I might not have to remove it. It all depends. It's just if I have to, then I can't remember what the train line was. The train line I had issues with. Now that looks like, is that a different nut? I think I've got stainless steel nuts and normal nuts mixed up. Right, there we go. They've got washers on them. Can you see it all right? What I'm doing? There we go. So yeah, it should be a 13mm. And so we just got a little bit of patchwork to do there because the paint didn't quite get in there. And getting this straight as well. It's yeah, it should just fit. It was slightly, yeah. But I don't want to do it over tighten it to the frame though. I don't want it to move because if it moves it will scratch the frame. If I over tighten it, it could physically break the frame. So it needs to be just nipped up tight enough so it grips and doesn't move. I painted it, dude. Look, all these bits up here. They're all freshly painted. Look, all the bars. So we're gonna put some of the bars in. Getting this thing ready for Scotland. I've left it to the last minute. So yeah. Oh, I haven't got the roof on the car to put shit on, because that normally comes in handy. So we've got these P-clips I've got to put on. So we're going to put them over the bits that I cut yesterday. Let's put the P-clips on first. So yeah, three of them aluminium bars weigh less than one steel bar. It's kind of crazy that, how heavy one bar was. So yeah, we'll get these on. I just couldn't find, there was nothing I could find on the market that would do this job. A lot of the baskets, they seem to be wider than they are longer, so this basket would be around the other way, and I wanted it so it was still quite narrow. So this is, with this on here, it's about the same width I would have been with pannier bags. So how are we going to do this? No, I've done it wrong. We changed the design of this yesterday, didn't we? We were going to do the P-clips up the other way. That was it. The P-clips were going to go the other way. Try not to scratch when I put these on, because the paint's probably still hardening. I tried to get plastic coat last night. I couldn't get plastic coat paint anywhere. I went to Tool Station. They don't sell it anymore. And they were like, well, no, sorry, Tool Station do sell it, but they didn't have any in stock. He went, yeah, we haven't had any stock for weeks, mate. I'm like, oh, okay. You better go next door. So I went next door. That was Screwfix, and Screwfix don't sell it either. So I just had to get whatever their equivalent paint was. It was £8 a can. So I think the thing is with paint, you know, when you've been using something for years, you just trust it. You're like, yeah, plastic coat does the job. When it comes to a different make, you're like, oh, Rust-Oleum. No. I ended up in Screwfix, and I'm trying to think what they're on. They do Rust-Oleum, but that was like £14 a can or something. Have a look on how much it is, but I paid £8. I just use their own general purpose paint. It doesn't have to be an expensive job. It just needs to make it look a little bit more okay. I can't think. I use professional paints, but hang on, is that going to go? Is that going to go in there? I've got lots of washers and nuts to try and hold on at the same time. There we go. So that's one bar across. Let's get that one done up before it tries to undo itself. Right, so we've got that. 8mm. It's probably an 8mm underneath. So we're... I think these bars might slide up and down. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens. Right, that's on Dewey Uppy. Yeah, I think you just get a pretty good finish with it. It was always the okay paint to use. And everywhere sold it, so it was just one of those that, because everyone sold it, we just all used it. I wasn't going to paint these bars, but even my son turned around and went, yeah, it looks better. Yeah, that's all right. They're not going to slide up and down. I think that's all right. And as I said, they're only holding the tent on them. I think they'll be okay. Even if they bend, they're just a strap. So they should be okay. And That's one bar on. What you used to buy them and resell them? Rip Speed alloys. I was very, very funny about what alloys I had on my car. I used to go for Team Dynamics. Team Dynamics wheels are made in the UK and they're quite strong. As you'll know, by any of these aftermarket rims, they can be really, really shit quality. And you only have to clip a pothole and, well, your wheel's fucked. So yeah, I used to go for Team Dynamics. Is it upscaling? Well, it's like the recumbent. If I get bored with it, I was looking online. There's a few come up cheaper than what I've just paid. Actually, there's a recumbent on there for he wants 245 quid or 250 quid for it. But it's a really cheap shitty. It's worse than that one. Like, oh, why is that not going through there? Hang on, I've got stuff between my lips. Morning, mate. Do exclamation mark GM, one of the mods, please. Exclamation mark GM. Yeah, there's a cooldown on it to stop that from happening. Because I knew kind of what would happen. Yeah, Team Dynamics, I like the... It was all to do with... oh, God, what do you call it? Not Toka touring car, but basically touring cars. They done the multi-spoke, didn't they? There we go. That's 2 bars put in. Okay, well, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I might have to... Do I get them closer together? I might have to put them the other side. Just looks like a massive hole in the bottom. Could have gone there. If I put it there... Yeah, I might put them the other side. Not sure. Not sure of the placement. Don't have to leave... I don't have to leave gaps at the end, or... It should be alright. Nothing should fall through there. I might move them over. Let's have a look. What looks better? No. Yeah, we'll stick to the plan. We'll stick to the plan. Don't move it. I haven't put a camera mount on it either. I was going to weld a camera mount on it and I haven't done that either. So that might have to be an added extra. I might have to just clean some paint off and whatever. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going to mount the camera. But yeah, this is what I was meant to be doing the last few weeks, and it kind of got put on hold. We had to get Breaks' van back on the road, which is pretty much fixed, I think, now. It just needs a couple of little bits and pieces done to it, and it'll be back to fully good again. I was going to say brand new, but it's a VW. There's no getting it back to brand new again. The rust has taken hold, I'm afraid. And even though... Get in there, you little mother Hubbard. There you go. Even though we've welded it up and we've done loads of work to it, when I was looking inside the actual seals and stuff, I could see how rotten it was inside. There's going to be a point of no return. Well, for me anyway. At some point. It's like the rust inside is quite severe when it comes to near the like the strengthening points. So you'd have to cut the seals off the back. You'd have to take all the interior out. You'd have to cut the floor out, and you'd have to go right down to like chassis level to get in and repair some of the bits. And then once you've repaired them, you could then probably put the new seals and that back on over the top. But you'd have to remove everything inside to get to that level. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's really cool. Damn? What are we damming? Are you looking at the car? Are you looking at that? She's on charge at the moment. Yeah, so this is the Mark 1 Golf Cabriolet, which I built.
Can you fix my wife?
Can I
can fix everything.
Can I fix your wife? No. My old man said to me many, many moons ago, he said, the one thing you'll never understand, son, is women. And you can't fix stuff if you don't understand it. So, and even what gets me, even women can't fix women. So, yeah, I'm really sorry, dude. I can't help you with that one. But what I can help you with is some entertainment, with my regulars taking the piss out of me when things go wrong. At the moment, we are working on the bike for Scotland. This bike here is a custom build to carry pannier bags, my tent and everything at the front. If we come over here, hang on, I'll zoom in. There we go. Morning, Smoke. Yeah, so this is the custom made. I've made like some U-clamps and made this basket. It's made out of steel. I had to make some brackets to make it fit to the clamps that go on the frame. And then yesterday we cut all the bottom bars out, and these have been replaced with aluminium, some P-clips and aluminium bars to try and piss-taking bar stewards. Yeah, some aluminium bars to lighten the weight, trying to make this as light as possible. But this has got full suspension, so all my tent and camping gear goes in the front, and then there'll be like some clothes and whatever. Then you've got my pannier bags on the back, which might have my waterproofs, cooking stuff and whatever else. There's the recumbent. We've been working on this as well. So there's lots and lots of stuff to go on here in the workshop at the moment. So you've got my workshop streams. You've got my cycling adventure streams. So we're going to Scotland on the 9th of June, and I'm going to cycle the whole country back home again, camping and roughing it a little bit, and hopefully you guys along with me to well, make the journey a bit more fun, so you can mock me when I fall off or the shit goes down.
Says you've a recumbent bike.
I have, yes. We picked this up. This is one of my new purchases. Someone put this for sale on Facebook, and I went and bought it, and it had broken spokes. Didn't know that until I got it back. So we've had to put 4 new spokes in the rear wheel and re-true the rear wheel. Apart from that, it kind of works. I was going to go out on the recumbent today.
Arksmoke_ says I'd love to have a go at that.
Or would you like to play with the car? The supercharged monster. We was out playing that last night. I took Hayden out, my son. He's only 14. There was a couple of Jap motors we were playing with. Yeah, there was a Jap motor giving it all the revs and everything else. And then I hit 7,000 revs on this and it backfired. And it sounded like someone had fucking shot a rocket launcher had gone off. Like when that thing goes bang, it sounds like it's going to break glass. That's how nasty it is. It's but yeah, I'm just putting stuff away at the moment, guys. Bear with me, I'm just tidying up. But yeah, lately we've had DJ streams, we've had, God, what have we had? We've had loads of stuff. We've had car streams, DJ streams, cycling streams, workshop streams. We need to put the bike. We need to put these back on. We need to put these back on it. So these all need to go back on now. I forgot about them. We get the bottle, the drink holder things back on. Oh shit. I think I need new nuts. I think I melted the other ones. Shit, where'd they go? M5 mixed bolts. I just put them away as well. Where are they? They're all on the floor. I put the nuts on and then I got the angle grinder out and I was cutting the XF bits of threads off. And when I was doing that, it melted the plastic nylon nuts. So I've completely rendered them like useless. So yeah, these are the adjustable drink bottle holders that go on the side. Yeah, we need to get them on. There we go. Not yet, no. But they will need doing. So for anyone who's just joined us, this is the custom build mountain bike. They don't make what I want. So when I done the jog last year, which is Land's End to John O'Groats, the full length for the UK, I used just a mountain bike to do it. It's actually hanging up here on the wall. And I had pannier bags on the back, I had a bag on the carrier, and then we had pannier bags on the front. And having pannier bags on the front of a bike is awful, especially if I was carrying so much weight, and you got all the streaming gear as well. And like trying to turn was just really, really heavy. And when you were going uphill, because there was so much weight, you just couldn't zigzag. You couldn't balance. So you'd end up falling off. If a lorry went past and you were at slow speeds, it was just unstable. Some people said, oh, well, take less shit with you. I'm like, well, but then what? You know what I mean? You just can't. So, yeah, it just wasn't possible. Where's the, I need the other tool. We need an 8mm. So I needed everything I carried, I pretty much needed. And there's not much I can get rid of. Like a lot of people would take these hiking cooking kits, and I had a 3-piece cooking kit with me. So I had my kettle, my saucepan, my frying pan. And I don't want to skimp out on anything, because when I'm at the campsites, I want to be able to put my kettle on. I want to have a cup of coffee. I want to be able to cook my food. Like you guys were watching me cook steak on a barbecue. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, Plasma, pretty much. But no, it was great, and I look forward to doing it again. And I'm trying to build a bike because, as I was saying, they don't sell what I want. If you go into a bike shop and go, like, I want to go touring, they go, oh, you need a touring bike. And I'm like, but I don't want a touring bike because they don't have front suspension. They've got, like, it's a rigid frame, rigid forks. When you're doing some of these, if you're going on these adventures, it's not all roads. Some of it is gravel footpaths. Some of it is mud footpaths with tree roots. You hit a tree root with they're 40 kg I was carrying. The problem is, if you're going along, you hit a root. The bike's so heavy, it doesn't bounce over it. It just goes through it, which means you then end up with a punctured tyre, dented rims and whatever else. So I was like, right, I need a mountain bike. And all the bike shops I said to, I want a mountain bike, they were like, no, you don't. This is what you want. And I'm like, no. Like, if you're going off-roading, you don't take a fucking limousine with you, do you? You take a 4x4 Range Rover or something that's made to do that, that can do road and off-road. So why, when it comes to push bikes, do they not incorporate that? Like, if you're going to go off-road on a motorbike, you buy like a BMW Enduro, big pannier bags on the back and carries loads of water and everything else, and like the Dakar Rally. So I'm like, why don't they make something like that? So this is like a mountain bike made into a cargo bike that can just take all of this shit, and I've pretty much abused it so far and nothing's broken. So I'm thinking I'm not going to abuse it as much as I have off-road round here. Yeah, no, but even the hybrids though, Plasma, that you've got the same issue. The hybrids are the kind of the same problem. No, because, well, it's probably got front suspension, but you need full suspension. You need something to take the shock, because when you're carrying this much weight, and this is the problem, even if you're quite a heavy person, say you're quite a large guy, and you're riding just a normal mountain bike, obviously someone who weighs, I weigh what, 11, probably 11 and a half, 12 stone now. Yeah, so if you're quite a chunky monkey and you hit a bump, all of that shock, if you haven't got suspension, goes through the tyre and the rims. So you're going to buckle rims and stuff like that, right? Break spokes. If you had suspension, when you hit the bump, it allows the suspension to take that shock. I was trying to be polite, Dibs, but I've noticed that when I lost weight, I did lost less damage to the bike. But it's the same thing, whether you're, I'm loading the bike up with stuff or you load it up with yourself. It's suspension definitely makes a difference. But the only thing I would say is these new mountain bikes, they're not lasting. Watch the videos. These new mountain bikes are just breaking. I just watch videos of people snapping them. Buy yourself an old mountain bike with suspension, with less linkages and stuff. Like, if you're just riding it casually, you don't need one of them professional ones, do you really? Like, this old piece of shit's not going to fucking break in 5 minutes. It was made back in the days when things were made properly. Like, if I didn't break this frame when I was 18, jumping steps and whatever else. Have you been out for a ride, mate? Being a bit of aching from riding is good for you. That's what I need. I haven't been out for a while, so. Right, we've got these little covers to go on now. These little covers, they go over the nuts. I might have to glue these on with a bit of glue. Hopefully that stops all the, might need to glue them on. They sit on there, but they fall off quite easy. So there we go, we've got... Oh, nice. I suppose I could do a London ride, couldn't I? Maybe we should do that, Dibs. Before I go to Scotland, I'll come and say hello and meet up for coffee. What do you reckon? Oh, that's a good ride, mate. 20 miles, that's good. Did you feel like you've overdone it though? Yeah, so I'm going to put the normal levers back on. I don't want these ones because they've got these fly leads for the electrics. But yeah, I'll keep them. I can just swap them over for the normal ones. I need to make a mount for the recumbent as well. I was going to put the camera at the front, and I think it was Idison come in and said, because I've put the camera mount here on the front above the crank. It was mainly so you could see me and where I was going. But Idison was saying, why don't you put it on the carrier there? And that's like, actually, that's a good idea, because if I have it above my head, you kind of get the view of what's going on and everything else. So maybe I'll do that. But I think I was more worried that if I had the camera back here, someone could grab it. Shit, I just trod on my light. So yeah, need to make some kind of mount that goes on the carrier maybe. Don't think it matters where it goes, the whole thing shakes. I could probably do that on that one as well. I'd have to mount you on a pole. Get another Chinese basket. I'm the basket case, I think, aren't I? So right, we've got to swap these levers back and re-bleed the system on this bike now. So let's put these levers back on. There's going to be quite a bit of air in the system, I think, when I do this. So we've got the back one first. There's the back lever. So we'll swap these around. We had quite a few follows yesterday on different platforms. It was really, really busy. Really, really busy. Things going on. Oh, okay. It's not difficult to do, mate. Yeah, if I do that, if people are watching on YouTube, they might on shorts. On shorts, you only get the middle of the screen. So if I stand here, they can see me. If I stand here on YouTube, they won't be able to see me. They'll probably just see my arm because it basically cuts the middle of the screen out. So are you riding around London now looking like a terrorist? It's like Dibs gets arrested on suspicion of terrorism. He's like, no, it's just a fly mask. Honest. I think we should cut the... I've got the wrong lever again, haven't I? Wrong lever. Need the other one. And maybe we should cut the lines down as well. We're short on the lines when we do this. I need to go and get a drink, I think. Oh, I've got a can over there. I have a can. The kids are always drinking cans of Coke. Right, let's bolt that on there. Now I'm going to shorten the gear cables as well now. Well, so the planned route for Scotland, Dibs, there isn't really one. We get to Wick. So my plan is 9th of June's my birthday. We leave. We're going to get to Edinburgh. So London, I can get the bike on the train down here easy to London because I can just wheel it on and hold it to London. Not a problem. From Edinburgh, London to Edinburgh, I have to put it in a fucking wardrobe. That's going to be a pain in the ass. But rather than have to book train after train after, like trying to find, when you book, there's like 5 different changes or whatever it is. Trying to get that simultaneously and find a bike space on every train is a nightmare. So I'm thinking to make the day shorter, and rather than doing a 19-hour day like I did last time and I was knackered, if we can just do London and then to Edinburgh, book in at the place that I went to that was near the bridge, near the Highlands, or like we went over the. I can't think what the bridge is called. Is it the Forth Bridge or Road Bridge or whatever? We stay there again, and then I can get up in the morning, pack my tent away, and then we'll have to get round the corner and get back on the next train from there to Inverness, and from Inverness to Wick. If we can do Edinburgh to Inverness and then Wick in one day, I can then stay at the campsite in Wick, and then day 3 I'll then be on the road back down round and back down the country. So that's kind of my idea. So I'm going to give them a ring in the next couple of weeks and see if I can pre-organise that, and then all I've got to do is get there. Actually, that's not a bad length, that one. Yeah, it's not a bad length. I just need to make sure I need to get my special spanners for doing the I think that's an 8. Yeah, I'll try and bring you over a bit more. There we go. Can you see that? So we've got an 8mm. Yeah, that one fits that one. Right, we need a spanner for that one now, or a socket.
Legend says, I know you have a certain aversion to cycling along footpaths, but for this route, remember that the Grand Union Canal heads straight from Birmingham to London is pretty direct, and it's a lovely area, something to think about, and it's away from all the driving before.
Yeah, towpaths are not my. If the towpath has been gravelled the whole way, not too bad. The only issue I have with towpaths is obviously when I can't think which one it was. What's the canal that's down south? It was down. We was coming out of Cornwall when I got onto the towpath there. I'll just tip this up a little bit so you can see my face. Right, undo the bolt. And then undo this one, and we should be able to put this straight back in. Undo that. Put that bolt back in there. Just keeps the keep the seal. There we go. Seal that one back up. Put that in the bag. Well, I had history falling off, yeah. Hang on, I need to turn this pipe a bit back on itself, because when you do them up, they start twisting. I don't want it being too twisted. Don't over tighten them. Just pinch them up, get the cover back on. There we go. So that's going to need re-bleeding. Oh, it's not too bad actually, but yeah, because the tubes are so small, the fluid actually stays in the tube when you swap the handles over. Right, let's get this one off. We'll get that one off, get the other lever off, and do the same on the other side. Can you see the other side? Yeah, you can just see it. I'll get the camera back a bit more. There we go. So you can kind of get me in the shot. Yeah, this one, look, it's shagged. Right, undo that one. Undo that one. So yeah, I'm thinking of at some point I might, when I get back, I might put a motor on the recumbent. Now the disadvantage is, and advantages of the hub motor. If you've got a rear hub motor, disadvantages are sometimes the hub motors have got cheap spokes. So maybe re-rim it and put some better spokes in it, because that's the only issue I had with mine. Motor-wise, bulletproof. The one over there on Hayden's bike, I've done over 2,000 miles on that thing. He's now riding it, still going, just keeps breaking spokes. But you have got all of your gears. So with the hub motor, you get to keep all of your rear cassette gears, as long as you get one that takes a rear cassette, because there's two different types. You've got the freewheel type that kind of screw on, and you've then got your cassette type that slide on. And you have to check whether they can take it up to 10 gears. The one I'm looking for, the Bafang rear motor, it's 500 watt and it can take the up to 10 speed cassette. So I can just literally swap the rear wheel out, put the cassette on it, and we keep the three chain ring on the front and 10 on the back. So we've got 30 speed gear or 30 gears on that thing. This thing's got 30 gears on here as well. The only downside is the amount of weight carrying on this. That's why I didn't want to put a rear hub motor on this, because the amount of weight. I wanted these Halo rims that are nice and strong. But yeah, so on the recumbent, I think I'm going to go for a rear hub motor. We'll put the battery on a bracket under the seat to keep the weight in the middle of the frame, and then I don't know where to put the speedo and other bits and pieces, because literally there's nowhere on the recumbent to put stuff. That's my only kind of bugbear with the recumbent. Limited space, and when you do start clamping stuff on the handlebars or the grips, then you can't hold where you need to hold when you want to ride it. Right, I don't want to scratch me. Let's just put that down there on the floor. But yeah, I definitely think electric would go better on it. I've got the clamps on the front now, ready for making the cover. Stratford. Or East London, Stratford, yeah? I'd thought Hyde Park or somewhere like that, centre of London. I like Hyde Park. I've been there a few times now, and it's massive, isn't it? Right, so the problem I had with this, is this too long? It is not an Avon. No, I went through Stratford upon Avon when we were doing, when I was doing the jog. I say we were doing it because you guys were all with me when we cycled it, but shit. Put that tool on there. That tool on there. Where's the brake lever? You can't always get the brake levers to, or the hose to come out. Where the fuck's that gone? It's fucked right off. There we go. There's a bit of fluid leaking out everywhere. Yeah, these are mineral oil. So I have to be careful what levers I put on what systems. I didn't realise there was a difference. For some reason, I never thought they would have used proper brake fluid, but yeah, they used to use proper brake fluid in the first system. I wasn't aware of that. As I said, like, you learn as you go along. Sometimes costly, but oh well. lock that one up. That goes on there like that. What's that brake like now? Yeah, that front one still needs bleeding. It's still better than what the other one was though. I changed them over last time and tried to bleed them, and yeah, that one doesn't need bleeding. That front one does though. Let's not set up a little bit more. There we go. I'm happy now. Right, so we've got the lock. We can lock the forks again. As if I'm going up a hill and I need to stop the front from bouncing up and down, I can just lock them out. The only thing is I haven't got a lockout on the back forks, which is a bit annoying. Right. Now we can put the speed all out there, can't we? Yeah, there we go. So we've got drink holders done. The gear cables, I might cut them down. Look how long that one is. And that one, look, they're miles long. I could probably lose some of that. I was worried though that, you know, when you've got everything piled on, if you haven't got enough cable, if you've got loads of cable, it kind of moves around it, but if you've got it tight, it can pull up.
That's what I use for my Speedo because I don't have a Speedo. Here's my phone. If you have a spare phone or an old one laying around, you can mount it. And has plenty of Speedo apps. I use a little app called Speedometer.
Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, I use. I'll show you. I've got this. I rely on this. This is the iGPS. So this is not a. What's the proper make ones? I can't think. Garmin. I bought this. I think this was about 150 quid. This come with. Oh, that reminds me. I need to put the pedal sensor thing on, which is in a drawer somewhere. Let me find it. Ooh. So yeah, it's got a speed sensor in the wheel. It has this on. This goes on the pedal arm, and then this goes on the handlebar. And this does my heart rate as well. So I've got my heart rate on there. I've got my cadence. Is it cadence? I've got the. I'll show you in a minute where I'll put the speedo, but it's just limited. I think until you get one, and then you go, oh yeah, which is annoying. So if I poke this down a bit, so you've got these little bits, but the mirrors are on at the sides. So I've got my speedo mounted there, right next to the mirror, and my phone mount is here next to the mirror. But sometimes on the recumbent, I found that when you was going along and you didn't need the brakes, I would just hold on the top there and use my finger going down onto the brakes, going downwards. Because the brakes on this are really good. They pull up. I think they're Shimano. Are they Shimano? Yeah. But they are pretty responsive. It just hasn't got a rear brake. I think the only adaptation I was looking to do was make the right-hand lever do both the front wheels and put a splitter, and then put that one go into the back wheel. So I need to look at I don't know what liquid these have got in them. But yeah, see if I've got any other systems I could strip down. But yeah, if I can find another caliper from somewhere, I'll put one on the back. Right, I think. Oh, hey, whoa, wobbly. It's time for a break. I'm just going to go and see what Sam's doing. She's in the garden. What are you doing?
Working really, really hard.
I can see you working really hard.
I've got my Teams on. What more do they want? My Teams on. I'll just keep moisturising my feet because they keep going horrible. You must see how horrible my heels are sometimes. They're all horrible and dry like old lady.
Socks.
No, fuck socks.
I get blisters on my feet. I hate my. Yeah, but a lot of your moaning is about your feet. You always moan you've got blisters. You always moan this, moan that. I've got sore feet. Socks. It's the fix for everything. All of them issues.
When I wore my Crocs last week, and I got blisters. It rubbed on the bottom of my foot.
Impossible. I will be. I'll give up. Pointless argument. Where's a wall I can go and hit my head against?
Otherwise, one brake would pull first.
Yes. You used to have like a handbrake on a car. So you'd have to have a little box with 2 cables coming in and a little bar. You have a bar like that, so it should theoretically pull them together. But you're right, yeah. It always, for some reason, cables, one always works better than the other. To be quite honest, I think the hydraulic brakes are quite similar to that. One of them seems to come on a lot quicker than the other. But you can buy this little adapter. It's like a trike cable adapter. You put it just behind the lever, and then it just goes. You get your 2 cables coming out. I think it was £4.99 with all of the olives and bits and pieces from China. Obviously, everything comes from China. It comes with mounting holes, which you could probably zip tie and just zip tie it to one of the brackets out the way. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The bracket I've put on the front. So really wobbly. There we go. So if you look here, I've put 2 U-clamps on here, 42mm. So I've now got 4 nuts that I can mount up something coming up, or when it can come up, it can come out. It might come to there. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do at the moment. But a piece of aluminium tube maybe coming up and coming out.
Medop says the mechanics behind why one is slightly more responsive than the other is obvious cable stretch. The shorter cable stretches less than a longer cable, so therefore the brake that is furthest away from the lever has slightly more stretch on the cable.
Yeah, but if you have the relay, like a handbrake on a car, it should balance itself within reason, unless they're too far out. As long as the bar is almost straight and not completely pissed, you should be okay. Yeah, this wouldn't start yesterday. We were going to shoot out somewhere, and it managed to die. So I had to put it on charge. So yeah, that's being charged. But yeah, Sam's going, I thought you was going out. I'm like, yeah, but this is more important. I need to get this done for Scotland. Rear brake, the front brake needs a bleed. So I think we'll have to pump that all the way through. I was trying to work out some nice way of stopping the cables from getting worn. And I put rubber tube on everything. And it's kind of worked a little bit.
Medop says yeah, once you get past a certain age, suddenly for no reason all your energy goes away.
That cable goes that side. That one goes that side. Should have brought the other gear cable down this side. Your energy, I'd say your energy comes back though, mate. If you keep up the good work on the bike, like at the moment, I don't feel like I did when I come back from Scotland last year. Last year I come back and I felt amazing. Like I wasn't tired. and I felt I didn't really hurt. I think I'd built my muscles up to a point where I was physically fit, and that made a difference.
Between his teeth, the gap, then he drove a pile of time among the way, then only it was true, but he can't. Medub says I was talking about the car, lol.
Yeah, once you get past a certain age, suddenly there's no reason. Oh, okay. It's not old. What was that randomness you just come in with? Morning, but random. Too much going on, Dibs. I'm shocked now. My mind's gone. Right, bags. Got to put the bags back on the bike. Where's the bags? These are all the like puncture kit and stuff. These were the little bags for carrying all of that on the front. So that no, car stuff's quiet at the moment. I'm expecting more to come in, but it's one of those, Plasma, you just have to wait for it. Right, I can't make customers' cars go wrong, and I can't make them find me. I can advertise, but you can only do a certain amount. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Fingers crossed, because I need a few more jobs. We have got some DJ work though, so like we've got some work coming in. But like the DJ work, that's being given to me by... Hang on, I can't read that one over here. I heard something about Dizzy. I just need to get these bags all done up and stuff, so they're kind of on the frame. What did you say? The car stuff will get busy. Oh yeah, that's always the way, mate. Always. Yeah, when I'm doing something else, it always comes in. That's what happened last year. I had loads of people ringing me up and saying, "Oh yeah, can you service this or can you do this?" And I was like, "No, I'm in Scotland." A lot of them waited though. I had a lot of services that actually waited for me to get home. So I've got some dedicated customers that didn't mind waiting. Right, wrap that round twice. The bars on this are quite small, so I have to go around twice to get them on there like that. There we go. So we've got the handlebar bags on, and then the camping stuff at the moment. There's the table. So we've got the table. Can't forget the table. Some people would say, why would you want a table? That's going to scratch the bars because it goes underneath everything. Ooh. And here, you've got the tent, the fly sheet, the sleeping bag, the pillow, and the mattress are all in there. So that just falls in the front there, look, and it just drops in there. So yeah, that's all in there. The tent doesn't need to go in that.
Not ideal. Yes, I know, my God. It's heavy, but we'll give it a go, see what it's like. But I was low, so looking at inner tubes made of TPU, which was supposed to be extremely puncture resistant. But I don't know much about them. So for the time being, I'm avoiding a lot of the repair kit. If you do get a puncture, is like 5 times the price of a normal puncture repair kit.
I use slime tubes, mate. Slime. I haven't tried the TPU ones. The slime ones are really good. And I'll tell you why I know they're good. On the e-bike, it had shit tyres. And I put a slime inner tube in one of the e-bikes and the tyre went down. And I was like, oh, okay, I pumped it back up. It stayed up. Went out for a ride, come back a couple of days later. It had gone down again. But it wasn't the same hole. It was a different one. Pumped it back up again. When I changed the tyre, I took it off. I had 14 holes, I think I counted, slime holes coming out the inner tube. I just threw the inner tube away and put a new slime inner tube in. But that was 14 punctures that I didn't have to fix. So what I ride now, these are the Schwable Marathon Plus. Have a look at the Schwable Marathon tyres if you can. They've got 5mm of anti-puncture resistance in them. So use the Schwable Marathon Pluses. They're also e-bike compatible. They're for the speed rating, all that bollocks. So yeah, they do slick ones, which I had on this bike here. So yeah, I'll try and show you the difference. I'll try and zoom in so you can see the difference. So these were the ones I used last year. These are were these the Marathon Pluses? Yeah, so this was all from watching videos. These are the Marathons. These have only got 3mm. The Pluses have got 5. So yeah, they were really good, but these were shit off-road. They were great on the road in the wet and bits and pieces, but as you can see, no good, no traction for off-road. This year, I've gone for the... Can you see them? No, because they're just muddy. But yeah, they are the mountain bike ones, look, Plus mountain bike. And they've got quite a nice tread. So they've got these lumps on them, but in the middle, the lumps are all joined together. So it doesn't make that kind of purry noise as you go down the road because you've got the nice bit in the middle. So yeah, great off-road and on-road. So these pretty good all-rounder. So it just kind of covers all the bases. So that would be my my recommendation, mate. Just from what I've read on all the forums, really. Most of the forums will say Schwable Marathon, like the Pluses.
Method says I've been looking at the marathon style tires, not the particular make because I do have financial restraints. I'm skinned.
Yeah, well, I'm not rich, mate, when it comes to the tyres. When I got these, I kept, so I just keep shopping. I just do it every night. I'll go on and I'll search and I'll search and I'll search and I'll search. And it came up and said that they would have been discounted, and it was off of some weird website. Bike In, I think it might be called. And everywhere else, they were £37 a tyre, and Bike In were doing them for £22 a tyre. So I just thought, fuck it. And I just bought them. Whether they mucked up and they sold them for the wrong price, not my problem. But yeah, they cost me a lot cheaper than what they were going to cost me, because they're normally about 37 quid a tyre. But they are worth it because they last longer than the shitter tyres, and they do the job. You get what you... I think it all depends. You will have a look on eBay. People sell them. And I've bought a second-hand one. I think it was the ones before I put on the one for Scotland. I bought a second-hand Schwable one. It wasn't the top of the range one, but yeah, I bought it for like a tenner rather than 22 quid. So I saved myself. It was half price, and it was almost a good tyre. I only took it off and put these on when I was going to do the Scotland one because I wanted to make sure they were almost foolproof. And I didn't get a puncture, did I? That was the one thing on doing Scotland trip. I never got a puncture. So, as I said, I've gone even more protection on this one. So that sells it, really. If I can do 1,000 miles on and off road through woodland and everything else, and I never ever got a puncture. I think I got a puncture on this before I went up to Scotland, didn't I? When I was electrical connected. Do you remember that? And it actually sliced a massive hole through my tyre. And all I done was put a rubber patch on the inside of the tyre and then went to Scotland. So I got a punch before I done the Scotland trip. But like thorns and stuff like that, they might have thorns in them. I won't know. I won't find out until I take because they don't go down. The slime is that good. The thorn goes in and it just seals it round the thorn. You pull the thorn out and it seals it again. If anyone else has got any recommendations, hit us up in chat and let us know. Don't sit on the sidelines and just watch.
I will swap my tyres on any two. I'm not just swapping out tyres. And I want to get tyres with slightly less grip on them to reduce my rolling resistance. Not slick, but definitely not full mountain bike tyres.
So the pluses of having the tyres I've bought on here. So these ones here are... I don't know. Hang on, I'll get a torch and see if I can find the size, and I'll tell you my reasoning for why I put them on. I can't see. Right, so these ones are 26 times 2. and they were the ones that I'd done Scotland on last year. Now, you can get the 175, but I find the 175s, it's okay having skinny tyres, but skinny tyres don't have any shock absorbing in them. So when you hit the bumps and potholes, you're just going to break your rims. With the bigger tyre, see, these are they 2 something? I can't see them because they're so bloody muddy. I really haven't cleaned this bike. I can't see the size. What? Oh, 2.4 will be all right. I think these are 2.10. I can't find it because they're dirty. I need to give them a wash. But yeah, they've got a little bit more meat on them. I think I've got them on about 35, 40 psi. I didn't want them too soft, but I didn't want them too hard either because of carrying the weight and cornering. But yeah, when you hit the bumps, but when you was off-road and you hit a tree root or the stones and stuff like that, instead of getting thrown up in the air, they just kind of absorb it. But yeah, I've given up with most bike shops. The bike shop locally to me are really good. Like, you tell them what you want and they'll kind of agree with you or tell you something that they can give you that's better. But yeah, all the bike shops up the country, they did help me out, but a few of them were just telling me that it's not what I was looking for. And I was like, but they just didn't see how I'm looking at the whole adventure thing. But yeah, I do wish I could find the parts that I need to make this like a proper cargo bike. I just wish I could go to a frame builder and get it like properly designed. Leave the front bit as it is, but just get all the back bit done. But I'm going to do some welding and see what I can do. Yeah, this. I wish this was lower. To get the centre of gravity down, I wish this was right the way down, just missing the wheel, incorporating the suspension. And then this carrier, I wish it kind of come down and round so the pannier bags were down here rather than being so high, just because of the whole leaning thing. Yeah, 40 psi is about right. I found that if I I used to put 30 in my tyres, but when you're carrying all the pannier bags and stuff, when you start to turn, you get tyre roll, and that's quite off-putting. Yeah. So when I was telling the bike shops what I wanted, I was hoping for them to say, oh, okay, this is what you're looking for. Have you looked at this? Instead of going, nah, you don't want that. So yeah, I've had to engineer it myself. So this is what I want. This would be classed as a cargo bike with suspension, I suppose. The other thing was the low frame. I love downhill frames because they used to have this low bit. So when you're trying to get off, when I was carrying all the stuff, trying to get off of a crossbar when you've got a bike that weighs 42 kg was really difficult. So being able to step off of there and get over the frame is a kind of a plus. But I just love the design of it. It's just so simple. The down tube here comes down, and then you've got the suspension going to the rear wheel. So it's like strong is kind of an understatement. It's just the way it's been made. It's just really, really simple, and strength. You can't beat that frame for strength. It's just triangles upon triangles. I wish I had slightly better front forks because they're not anything good. They're just SR Suntours. And they're very, very soft. But yeah, we'll see what happens, mate. So yeah, I better kind of get off. I don't know whether to go. I want to go out on the recumbent because I'm going to be cycling this. So if we do the recumbent today, and then maybe we can do this one tomorrow. We'll do a couple of days going out. I want to go around I want to do some coast cycling. I can definitely get this in the car. I can throw this. I can get this in the family car. If I take the wheels off it, it should. If the front wheel comes off, this should lay down fine in the family car. But yeah. Never promise. I did think about putting the pannier bags on the front of here, but I'd have to make some more brackets, and that would just make it wide. I don't know where I'm going to put my clothes. That's the bit that's kind of got me. Where do I put my clothes?
Says I can watching this streamer over the last couple of days. He's walking between York and Rotterdam via Dover 600-mile walk.
Oh, share him in chat then, mate. Share the link. Share the link. Give him a shout out.
Plasma sponges says on the middle of the rack at the back.
Yeah, so the bag that normally goes on the rack at the back is this one. So yeah, we put this on, right? So this is the back bag I had last time. That has my cooking set in it. So in here you would I had my teas, my coffees. I had pots. I'm gonna take bags this time. So in here you have my cook set and my cooker. Where's the solar panel going? We've got a massive solar panel to go with me as well. I don't know how I'm going to carry that. It's probably going to be on bungee straps and have to sit on this top bag. So the solar panel will sit on the back of the bag. I'll get it, hang on. So it can go at the front as well, though. It can go at the front of the bike. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is the size that's the size of the panel you need if you're carrying this much stuff. So yeah, if it goes that way, but
I'm not related. Right. It's just a candy. You ever had this? No, man. If only had these. It would be quite the process.
Plasma Sponges says I would put it at the front, mate.
I've just smashed him a follow.
All they have is stuffed animals in the window.
Yeah, I've just smashed him a follow. The sun depends on which way where the sun is, basically. So if this is packed okay, but yeah, all I need to hold that on is some bungee straps. Where do I put the bungee straps? Your first shout out? I thought you'd done one before. If I pull that round the bar, I can clip that there, and I can clip that there. It might go on the front. I don't know how long it's going to last, being bent like it is. But yeah. That might work. And the same on the back, if it goes over the back. The idea was if the pannier bags were on it, it would then sit on there like that. And then this would then get kind of pulled down to the pannier bags. So that would get pulled down like that to a pannier bag and just sit on the back. But it does flex quite a lot. Like a bit too much, look. So I was going to stiffen this up somehow to stop it being as flexible. Maybe put some aluminium on it. Oh, but I've left it outside the last few weeks. Right, we need to put these back on as well. These are the... where the hell's that gone? Oh, there we go. These are the straps that hold my little bags in place. That's kind of in the way now, isn't it? There we go. Cool. So they just sit on there for my little bits and pieces. What's this one got in it? Oh, this one's got like food bars and bits and pieces in it. These are definitely needed. I think someone else got one of these the other day. Who got these the other day? These Rhino Walk little bags. Was it Brakes or was it you, Dibs? Because they are really amazing, these little Rhino Walk bags. They're great for... Oh. Well, that one's pulled out. The seam's pulled out of that one. That one's broke on me. I might have to take one off the original bike. This one's collapsed. Hang on. Oh, look, it's failed. This was one of the newer ones. I might have to use one of the ones from last time. Where are they? Yeah, these Rhino, that's the first one. Where's the old ones? I've got old ones somewhere. Yeah, rather break now before I get away. I took them off that bike the other day, so where the bloody hell have I put them? Where the bloody hell have you gone? Hang on, are they in one of these bags? I think they might be on the recumbent in a bag somewhere. Yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah, we use these ones. These are the old ones, look. These done last year. These are the ones that have got all the shit hanging on them. Right, so all we need... Well, I took them off the other bike. We'll leave the old straps. We use the new straps. Where's the... Which one have I got that? Right, there we go. Where's the other strap? Where's the little strap? There we go. Just need that one. Yeah, to be quite honest, I didn't use this. I didn't use that strap on the last one. So, which one goes that way? It's going to come from. I think. There you go. I'm just going to fit the old bags to this bike. Put the new ones there, use the old ones. The old ones have got all my shit in them. They've got history. So we'll stick with them ones. Where's the big strap, big strap, big strap? Where's the little strap that goes around the back? I've got it. They've got multiple different ways of mounting these, so I didn't mount them this way last time. That's probably why they've broken. The strap on the back's really skinny. It's just to stop them swinging backwards and forwards. It just kind of holds them in place. There we go. But these have got all my little clips and stuff on, which I did use last year. It's got my washing up sponge and my little carabiners and whatever else. But yeah, they're all right. But yeah, the one that's ripped, I said it's only this bottom strap, but you have all these mounting straps around the top. I think there's even one. Is that one there or is that sewed in? No, that's the only one on the back, on the bottom, to stop it swinging. But most of the time you can just put, if you're mounting it on your handlebar, for instance, you just mount it through these. Hello, mate. How are we doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, we'll leave these ones. These are the new ones. Oh, but I'll put all my rubbish in them. Look, all my coffee packets and whatever else. But they're meant to be bottle holders for keeping your bottle cool. Look, they're inside. They're looks like a flashlight. Oh, hello. Yeah, they keep your stuff cold. You put your bottles of drink. But I didn't want to put a bottle of drink in them because I didn't think they'd take the weight, to be quite honest, and they'd just swing around everywhere. But for carrying all your food and bits and pieces, like I have my snackies in one and my drink things in the other. But yeah, it's just usability now. I've got my bottle holders on the front. Even I struggle to fill that one. Right. What else do we need to do? Probably. So bags. Oh yeah. That bag fell off. Bag wise, that clips on there. Yeah, the only problem I've got. Yeah, the only problem I've got with this carrier is when you mount the bags, this bag has then got to go on top of the clamps. You can't get the pannier bags off while you've got the bag on. So on the other carrier, it had a low roll carrier, so I could clip the bags on, and they clipped on lower. So when this was on, you could still remove the pannier bags on and off. Unfortunately, you can't on this one. But yeah, the bags are now set up. They fit all the they fit the recumbent, they fit this one. So they're all interchangeable between the bikes. Rubber hose on the carrier again. So when you put the bags on, they fit nice and tight and they don't rattle. So I've just used a piece of rubber fuel hose. And in here we've got waterproof trousers. I even got a shovel just in case we needed to. Never used that though, did we? Never used the shovel, but it is in there. High-vis jacket. We got a green jacket which can come out. We didn't wear that. I don't think we wore that the whole time that was in Scotland. Can anyone remember me wearing it? We've got a pump. Got a pump in here. This is all wet gear. So I might have to have my clothes in here. But you've got a gas going in at some point. But yeah, I normally tend to use these bags when I go out on the recumbent. Because the other day we met a random guy. I'm going down the A2 into Rainham when we took the recumbent out, and the random guy saw the barcodes, and he came into the stream and gave me a follow, which was quite lovely of him. I'd have to watch some of the videos of what stuff I took with me. I think waterproofs and clothes, I've got that pretty much covered because I know what I took last year. Cooking stuff. I think it was just spatulas and stuff. Where's my cooking gear? Oh, so for instance, there's my cooker. There's the cooker in there. We've got my plate and my bowl, which I used a lot. And then this thing here, which is... I'd have to order a new frying pan, to be quite honest, the frying pan. Or do I leave the frying pan here? But I did use the frying pan. This is the thing, I used everything in here I used. The frying pan's a bit burnt and everything sticks to it now. That's the only arse. But if you want to do like sausages and stuff like that, you'd have to do them in the frying pan. You can't do them any other way. But that... Morning, Flash. Just trying to get everything sorted now for next month for Scotland. So that cooking set went in there. Yeah. I don't think I'm taking the barbecue this time. I think if we're going to do a barbecue, I'll buy a barbecue. Because it just weighed too much. We've got a tin opener. So we put tin opener in there like that. Do you know, I don't even know where that barbecue is. I don't know where it is. The fold-up barbecue was good, but it did weigh quite a bit. So I'm not sure where that's gone. It was over here somewhere on the floor, and it's just disappeared. A lot of stuff has gone missing since we done Breaks' van. Oh, and I found it. I found it. So this is the barbecue. Here we go, look. There we go. Just smells. But yeah, that was the little throwaway barbecue that sits under the saucepans, basically. So that normally sits under here, like that. Then the saucepans go on top of that. Then that went on top of that. And then there was like all my other bits and pieces there. Now, this time I could put the cooker in there because I'm not going to take all the extra pots with me. So if we do that and that and that, that's pretty much all my cooking stuff. The only thing I've got left to carry, which is quite heavy, is the gas. So we've got two of those, but I could put those in the bags. So if we put one in that bag and one in that bag, my 2 water bottles are going at the front here. So I've got 2 bottles of water there, and then we put 2 waters in the back maybe. So we've always got water. I could put one under the frame and have 3. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a bottle. Where's that bottle holder I found the other day? We're going to put that under the frame. I found this one. If I put that under the frame, we can put another bottle hung under the frame. That will take some of the strain off of the frame at the back and the bags. So let's do that. Are we going to be able to get that undone with a... Where's the screwdriver? Oh, there's one down here. Yeah, let's throw that up under here and see what happens. Has that gone in? Yeah. That's gone in. I think the suspension might hit it, mind you. But it gives us somewhere else to carry something. Cool. Brake's left his water bottle here, so we just borrow that just for comparison. So we need brakes. If you're watching, your bottle's here. Yeah, that probably needs bending. Yeah, so that would... Yeah, I can probably get another bottle under there, so I can probably get enough. We can carry a... Just need to give that a bend. Yoink. Yeah, we can get a bottle under there. So we can carry 3 bottles of water on the frame. That should be enough, to be quite honest. And then you have my thermos flask, which goes in one of the back bags. So I can have a cup of tea, bottle of water, 2 bottles of water, one up the top, one down the bottom, cup of tea, and then I can have my storage in the back for my thermos flask. How much is this weighing already? A stupid amount already.
I'm thinking of moving the one of my handlebars because it's making it unbalanced. _XC_ says cheers. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Cheers. Yeah, so last year, Dibs, on the bike up here, remember I had these. I had 2 bottle things on the handlebars. They are great, but again, they don't assist in the steering very well. They were always in the way, but they were easy to get to. So that's why this year I've gone for putting them on the carrier. Again, they don't really make anything. They could do with a bracket that goes on the headset, so you can just mount stuff in front of the handlebars because it's nice and easy to get to, and it's not doesn't interfere with the bike at all. It's just, like anything in front of the handlebars here above the wheel just seems a really sensible place to store stuff because it's completely out the way of anything that you need to do, and the frame can obviously carry it. So maybe that's what I need to do. I need to make these things that go on the front of bikes for bottles and like a mini basket, but more upmarket cool. We've got the padded seat as well. So we need to get this mounted. This bag needs to get mounted on here, which is going to be fun. How the hell are we going to mount that? I don't know if it's actually going to mount on the bike. If I do that, is that too far forward? No, we might get away with that. I'm wondering where we're going to mount it this year. Are we just going to mount it round there? A bracket for carrying a tent? Will that mount under there? I just want an easy way of mounting this bag. through the loop and then back down again. You just need to be able to get to it really easy to pull the tabs back down. Will that do it? I think that's done it. Yeah, it's mounted it quite far back as well, which is nice. Last time I mounted it was quite far forward. But yeah, it's got a massive... Oh, that was it. I had foam. I cut a piece of foam. Where's my foam? I cut a piece of foam to go under here. Where is it? There we go. The reason being, if I slide you all the way down, hang on. Can you see the gap? You see the gap under here? That's not good. So I need to fill that gap with something that's going to take up the gap. Otherwise, it's just going to put stress on the bag. So yeah, that's why I did that. So yeah, that needs to go back in there. I just want to get it simplified, ready for so I can just go to Scotland and everything works. So yeah, originally I think I found that. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that clips on there like that. Hi Katie, welcome in. That was it. That sits on there like that, and then I can then put the bag on top of that. Otherwise, it would just rip the bag. We're getting ready for Scotland, Katie, because I'm running out of time. I don't know if the straps were long enough. I think that's what done me in last time. There we go. That one's done. It's quite a struggle to get them straps where I need to put them. It's not long enough to go around that way. Needs to go under there and come out there. Ew, there we go. It feels like it's just going to ping off and all my gear's going to go flying. How much? There we go. It's on there. And at least that way, it's kind of on that bit of foam, so it's a bit more sprung. So my cooking gear's a bit more supported, and it takes it off of the pannier bags. I didn't want any of the the metal barbecue whacking and snapping one of my plastic clips. So I think we're just going to go out of this one today. I don't think we're going to take the recumbent, but I don't know if I want to ride it with all the gear. But that'd definitely get me fit quicker. Hang on. Where's the cutters? Need the cutters. Does anyone else get this? Down the side, you get these little bloody bits and they stick out, and then you pick them and then you're in agony for the next like half hour. These little bits, look, they're like the side of your nail. Is there a name for them? But if you pull them, forever in agony. Yeah, so if you pull them so far and get a pair of nail cutters on them and then cut them off, you'll probably save yourself a lot of pain. Like a lady. Do ladies things. For anyone who remembers Little Britain, fucking love Little Britain. When we could take the piss and it was funny. I do side of nails, middle of the nails. Plasma's going well out on his nail treatment. Right, let's put all my nuts and bolts away. He opens his own nut and bolt shop. That's what, oh fucking hell, that one goes up there. That one goes there, there we go. Yeah, how to make the solar panel more stiff. Give it Viagra, I suppose, that might work. Yeah, this waterproof bag, I don't know, I'm going to have to buy a new one. I'm going to buy a better one. This one's not as good. I was going to buy the Lomo one. I need a cover that goes over the top of this, though. Oh, I need to put all my lights back on now, don't I? Where's all my lights? Are they in here? Yay! I don't really need lights for Scotland, to be quite honest. I've got lights on here. I don't think we ever rode in the dark when we done Scotland. It was just in case. But I had all the lights on it just in case I needed them. My local bike shop also did say to me if I needed anything to give them a shout, and they'd help me out with some spares, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I'm gonna put them on it anyway. Like I had the lights on the top bar before. I'm gonna put them on the bottom bar this time because of the cover. I need to get a new. I need to find a cover to go over the front, really. There we go. So we got bright light, little light. So we've got lights on the front. Then we've got the camera mount, which I'm still not sure how we're going to mount the camera. Because I want to mount the camera on the front of the bike. It was only because I wanted to use the dual camera, but I don't think that's going to be able to happen now. Using the dual camera was a pain in the arse with the battery. It just kept draining the battery. But yeah, I think it's just going to be clamp mount. Which...
I'm lagged.
Oh yeah? You're lagged. Is the stream okay for everyone else? Have we got any issues? Is the battery... Oh, this is charged. Let's get the car, because that's charged now. Let's unplug that. I used to have that. Do you remember that? It used to come up and say about McDonald's Wi-Fi and stuff, and I'll turn that off. Thank you, Katie. Yeah, we used to have it come up with McDonald's Wi-Fi and stuff. What's that in there? Yeah, we've got high five tablets. Oh, we need to get some more tablets as well. So I need more tablets for the ride. We can take this bracket off now for the rear light because it's hung on the bag. I need to get something around that like a zip. Can we drill a hole through that? So the biggest problem with this bike thing is these vibrate and they come undone. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill a hole through here and I'm going to put a cable tie through it. So it doesn't matter how much it rises up, or should we file, actually no, if we file a little groove there and there, we can put a zip tie around that and it'll stop that bloody thing from coming off. Let's do that because that's an annoying. So it's these. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, these this bloody thing. I've nearly lost it about 5 times now. So we're just going to make a. Let's make a modify time. So what file do we want? No, not the triangle one. Where's the square one? Square file. There we go. So all we're going to do, we get a square file and we're going to file a little groove both sides of this. And hopefully the cable tie. Let's pop the light out. Can we get it in the vise without breaking it? Let's clamp the whole thing in the vise. No. It's just going to keep moving. I'll do it on the vise then. Doesn't have to be very big, just enough to stop that thing from riding out. Nearly there. It's cut in one way. We need to get it square. Come on. There we go. So you see either side there's little things. If we put a cable tie around that, that should stop that little bastard. So that will wrap around there like that. And then it will just fit into them little grooves and stop that bastard from falling off my bag. Okay, we'll get you special underwear on. I'll be up in a minute. It's gonna be like I'll get my SWAT outfit on. It's gonna be a backdoor raid. Everybody down! I'm coming in. With my special bullet. Because my hair looks like Mr. Magoo. There we go. That ain't coming off. That's now on. Well, unless someone fucking steals it, maybe, mind you. But yeah, it wobbles all over the place. It's like me running down the beach naked. That's probably not a picture you wanted, but hey. Right, we've got puncture repair kit, we've got head torch, we've got another cable for the solar panel, I'm not sure why. Right, we've got the solar charger things as well. I need to get these. So these are from the solar panel. I don't know where the solar panel is going to go. It's
says that is not a mental image. I don't know about anybody else here. I definitely did not. Plasma sponges says bike pump.
Bike pump. It's got a bike pump. I just don't know how to put the solar panel on. I'm like, could I put some kind of framework in to put the solar panel on so it sits up? Can't put the solar panel on the front. Got bottles. The bottles will be here. The solar panel will be there. The bottles would be in the way. The solar panel has to go on the back. It's going to just have to. It's going to have to just droop over the back. Let's see if we can do a mock-up of how it's going to go. We'll pretend the bags are full, because that's the only thing I haven't worked out how I'm going to mount it yet. I've got an idea. It's just going to mount on these bags with some elastic, but. Right, so if we had bungee straps and we had them through the bag, so let's go through that bag. Can I get it through there? No. How's that going to work? If you had one there, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Funny you should say that. There's a piece over there. The thing is, if it gets wet, it just falls to pieces. There's a bit down the back here. Can I actually get in there without everything falling on top of me? Here's a sheet. It's probably the same size as the panel, actually. So yeah. It's not supposed to get wet, is it, that stuff? Oh, right. So, yeah, pretty much the same size. That's going to stop it from flexing as much anyway. But the idea was to do like a... You'd have to mount... Yeah, well, the trailer would be the other idea. You just get a trailer behind you and that sits on it. The other idea was to have it out the back of the bike. So the other idea was to have it like this, literally behind me on a frame. So this would have an aluminium frame on it, like a Y shape. I was going to make a Y, and then that was just going to slot in to the back of the carrier, like that. So it just literally sits out the back of me, because it's not very heavy. It can just sit on a bar. And as I'm riding, it's just behind me. That was the other idea. Where's the tubing? I'll try and find the tubing. Yeah, so the tubing I've got is a bit long, but let's see if I can get it. This is about 2 meters long. Yeah, the tubing would kind of sit in there. I'll see if I can get it in there if I lift the bike up. There we go. That slots all the way in. If that then slots all the way in. Whoa! Hang on. There's been a disaster. That's the only problem with having cameras in the workshop, and then hang on, did I break anything? No, I don't think I broke anything. You did faint, yeah. That's the only problem with having a tripod in the garage. I'll put you down a bit lower, move you over there. There we go. Now, can you still see the car? Not as well.
To increase the rigidity.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find, I've got loads. This stuff doesn't weigh anything. Like, this stuff is super light. That weighs nothing at all, that whole length. So yeah, if that was in there, if that goes in there like that, I can put longer bolts on the carrier to go all the way through and clamp this in. And then literally that will just sit. That goes all the way up to the front, I think, where the bike goes. But yeah, this could be almost removable. That would then clamp up in there, and then the panel, sorry if I get this down like that, that would then sit literally behind my bike like that. And that would be quite strong, to be quite honest. I just need to I could get this welded up. I could probably take this to the manufacturers and get this welded up so it's like a T-piece. So that would then sit. But the beauty is I can just pull this out. There's nothing to... But that's what I call a long vehicle. I could even get a 100-watt panel on the back, to be quite honest. I don't know, how much does that wobble about? Quite a bit, but that would work. That really would work. This is why I love designing stuff. It's just how to make the cross members. I'd have to get them welded. But yeah, with that bolted to that, the cables can just come along. I can tie the cables up. They just come along the edge of the panel. I think I can even... Yeah, very much so. I need to fix the stand then. That's probably the best idea, I think, for the charging out the back. Because I can remove it. I can just undo the wires. I can just pull this out. I can put I can probably do like a seat clamp. That's what we need. Actually, no, I can just I can put a seat clamp through it. I can put a seat clamp through it. I can put some notches under here, and the seat clamp slides in and locks, and then when you want to release it, you just pull it out. I just elongate and put it through the pole. So we can make that first, to be quite honest. That's a wicked idea. I like that idea. Yeah, because then I can carry all my gear, and I can have the solar panel just suspended out the back, and it's out the way of everything as well. We need to get the stand sorted out though, really. And if I do fall off, what an issue. But I don't think it needs to be in as far as that. But let's make some marks on this. Let's make some notches so we know where we're going with this. So solar panel is going to sit. Can't go right underneath because you'd lose light because of the shadow of the bag. So we want as much light on it as possible, which means it needs to kind of come back a little bit. Do we need to put a light mount on the back of it, do you think? Or do you reckon that'd be all right? what about another way of carrying it as well? What about when it's not in use? Could I have it slotted in? Like another way of carrying it, so I could just slot it in and have it carried another way. So, but yeah, out the back here is out the way, isn't it? I need more welder. I need to add the weld aluminium. Right. How much material have I got left? This is the problem, because I don't want to go, if I can get away with it, I don't want to buy any more material. So how far do we need? We need 2 side bits to cut out of this. So we need 46. Let's have a look, see if we can get 46 out of it twice. So 46 is there. And 46 is there. Now we can take 20 off of that. So if we come, because it's going to go either side. So what was we saying, 46? So 44 and 44. Yes. I probably need a flag or something. With all the weight on the front, I'm not going to wheelie, but this is the problem is solar panels, you need a lot bigger than what you think you're going to need, and this is the problem I had last year. So this is the panel I took last year, or one of them. I'm just going to get it down and show you guys. Just making sure this is the panel we took last year. Yeah. I had a bit of foam on the back, it had some USBs, and I had gaffer tape here because this is not waterproof. And this was about 30 watts, I think. Or they reckon it was 30 watts. And basically, I had that like that across my bag, and I had the poles that have got to go up the back and bits and pieces as well with my stool. They're still going to be in the air as well, by the way. So, where's my stool? Where is my stool? So you've got my camping. Oh, we need a spike. It needs a spike welded on this, or some form of, I can whack into the ground and we can clip it, because then I can clip the solar panel up like that, or I can just lay it down. Doesn't really matter, but not multi-use. So my stool goes in the back here, and you also have my poles that stand up probably about that high, which I had flags on last time. So where probably have my Scottish flag on the back. So that's going to be up here flapping around. So all I've got to do down here really, all I've got to do down there is clamp that together with some clamps, and that will squash up, I think. Let's see if we can change the shape of that. I just need a quick release from something. Let's see if we can squash this aluminium tubing to give it some flat sides. That's all we need. Yeah, we can just clamp that down. Just need to get it square, and that will easily clamp. Yeah. So we just put some notches through this, notch into there, slide this in, and it just basically locks up. And I think once that's in there and that's locked up at the top, it's not going to move.
Tubing, but inside it with LED strip, then nobody has an excuse not to be able to see you.
An idea for a flagpole sort of thing. Take a piece of aluminium rod, cover it in clear PVC tubing, insert LED strip. Yeah, I did think of LEDs, but it was something else. I'm not going to be at night. To be quite honest, most of the time I'm not going to be riding in the night anyway. But I have. They're about a metre. I think they're a metre, and when you extend, they're about 1.5 metres, maybe 1,800 high. But they are my, what do you call it? Like your tarpaulin poles. I've got 2 of those, and they will be coming. They'll go in the back. This bike is so high, I'm probably not going to get on the trains with all the poles, unless I put the poles on the frame with zip ties. I could do that as well. I could zip tie them on the frame. so they go through the carrier, and just zip tie them so they come out the back. There's multiple options that I can carry, how I can carry stuff. But yeah, solar panel wise, I think this is going to be the best idea. We just have a bracket out the back. But yeah, the small solar panel would still fit on the front, and that would, problem is that's only any good for charging the small items. It's no good for charging your bigger stuff. I did have a folding one here. I'll show you the folding one, guys. This is a solar panel from Anker. Quite a few of my regulars have already seen this, and this is quite good. There we go. So that's the one I had, and I had that drooped over stuff, and it is really good. It does charge your stuff, it charges your phone, but it will take half a day. Velcro that post for the solar panel. I could do. I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know if I can get the panel, but yeah, that panel is pretty good, but it's really heavy. That is, so that one I've just showed you is probably about the same weight as this, and that is not as powerful as this. This gives a lot more power. Now, what I'll be running this on is I've got a couple of cable converters. Where's my cable? So I've got this cable converter. Got these cables. I don't know if you've seen these, and you can get a splitter, and these are motorcycle units. Now these are 12 to 24 volts, and what's really good about that is using these, because they do 12 to 24 volts, the solar panels are normally somewhere in that voltage. These can handle any voltage from, I think, probably 9 volts up to 24, 25 volts. So plugging these straight into the panel, I don't need to have a battery. I don't need to have a charge controller. You just have these, and these have got USB-C, which charges up to 12 volts. And these will charge a battery pack, my quick charge, about an hour and a half. So I can recharge my battery packs on this, and I've already tried it, an hour and a half to 2 hours. So all I've got to do in the morning, my battery packs from the day before, I plug these into the solar panel. The sun comes up, they're charging before I'm even awake. If they're not fully charged, we get on the bike, I just plug these in. The cable, these will be in one of my bags, either at the front of the bike or back of the back, and I'll just run them into the solar cable. Now, I can't remember. I think I need a... I can't remember if I got this right. Let's have a look what cable that plugs into. There's a bit of a problem with wiring on this, so that goes into the red there. Is that the same plug there? No, that's a different way round. That was it. I've just realised I need the converter. Hang on, where's the converter? I need a polarity converter. I'm trying to work out where the wiring's wrong. So yeah, I can plug that straight into there like that. I think if I even put that in the sun there, yeah, they're on already, look. You see they're on? Just holding it in the sun. So look, I can actually do them on a short cable like that. So I can actually have that there like that. Hardly any cable at all. We'll have it the other way because the cables are longer one way than they are the other. Them charge control, look, they will actually reach the bag. I don't even need a cable on them. So I can have them straight in the bag, charging 2 of my battery packs. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I just need to either go and see a welding company, or I need to go and get the bits for the MIG welder. I need to go and get the gas kit. So it's going to cost me 130 quid for the gas for the welder, or we go and talk to a company. So that's the option. I can't think of any other way of mounting this without it, because it needs to be mounted strong. I don't want the panel flexing too much. So if I mount it on these corners, I could, as you said, you could cable tie or whatever, but I've got no way of... Like if I need the poles, I need to make like 2 poles coming out. And at the moment, I don't think I've got anything I can mount it to. I've got this, which is flexible. But I don't think that's going to be strong enough. That's just going to flap around, so the panel will flap. Oh. that was timing. Who did that? Who did it? Plasma. Nice one, Plasma. That was fucking comedy gold. Timing, mate. All about timing. Oh, no brakes. Another bit of no brakes' van. Look. The bungs that were went on all the panels. No worries, mate. Yeah, so I need to speak to a company about that. Let's put this back up. This has turned into my shelf now, this solar panel. It sits up here and all my TV remote controls go on it. Actually, where's the piece of wood? There's a piece of wood here somewhere. Hey, there we go. Organisation, ready? Get that. Where's the battery? Put that back over there. There we go. So, oh, I've got a phone call. I need to take that phone call. That just sits up there. But the solar panel sat up there a lot better. The solar panel just fits in there perfectly. Just for the remote controls. Right, I need to make a phone call. Right, enjoy the workshop. Hang on, let's leave this here. There we go. Shut the baby back up. I'll leave that there like that, and then if anyone comes in while I'm making phone calls, I'm going to make a cup of tea as well. So I'll be back in a minute. I'll leave the microphone. Where's the microphone case? Is the music on? Put the music on. I'm going to put the mics back for charge for a minute. Doing. We'll put this one back in the case as well. There we go. That's charging.
Plasma Sponges says no music.
Okay. Skip. There we go. Enjoy the music. Back in a minute, guys. Rightio, I'm back. I'm back. I was looking at the camera and thinking, that's a really, really good view if I could get everything in. If you can get like, you got the car in, get the bikes in, and whatever else. Clip that on. Plug this back in. There we go. So the microphone should be a lot clearer now. Then we get chat back up so I can see chat. There we go. Oh, right. Bit rate. Are we back on yet? No. Let's just restart the app. Hang on, guys. Stream buddy. No. It needs to close. Stop service. I wish that when it stops the service when you actually closed it. I need to change the settings somehow. There we go. Plasma, would you mind going to my YouTube channel and dropping some messages? I want to see if they're coming through all right. But yeah, we've got salmon and cream cheese and salmon. Nice cup of tea. Yummy scrummy. Got to work out how I'm going to do this now. Okay, that one's come through. What one's that on? Is that on my YouTube Shorts or the other one? The other day someone messaged on my YouTube channel and I missed it. Oh, main YouTube. Can you get on the Shorts one or is that one hidden? Nice. I can see both. Thank you, mate. Sorted. Should we get a picture? Wherever I stand, I'm in the way. Go on then. Ready? I'll get my cup of tea. Go for the picture. Exclamation mark, pick. Oh shit, we must have changed it. See if I can drop everything. Here we go. There's a delay, so hopefully I can get it. See if we got the picture. Was it good or was it shit?
Plasma sponges says decent.
No, I'm looking down. Are you? I need a decent photo. I need to ask. Are you around? Dibs or search stream? Okay, I'm having brain fart moment. Steam. Fucking hell.
Plasma sponges says Yahtzee.
I don't think any of them are around. I can't take a photo because my hands are full. I was trying to get me and everything in the picture.
Plasma sponges says only me.
No, it's not as delayed. So normally when we're doing stuff, it's not as. I can't get the picture. I suppose I can ask Sam to do it. Hang on, I'll ask Sam to do it. It's probably the only way we're going to manage to do this. Sam, can you do something for me? Right. There's a picture button there. Yeah. Can you push that in a minute when I say? I'll shout. If I say picture and you click it. So I've given Sam the control phone. So if I do this. Go on then. You taking it? See if that comes out right. There's no delay. So normally I can put the phone down, grab it and take a photo. There we go. Look, every time I try to take it, by the time I put the plate down, I just wanted to get a picture of me eating. Thanks. That's a pretty good photo. I like that. Can we then share that photo? Yeah, you can share. Straight from there. Show all. Instagram. Oh no, you can only share direct. I can't upload to Instagram from there. You can save it. Why can't you? You can't do Instagram feed from there. That's a bit shit, isn't it? You think that you'd be able to do that? I need a wide angle lens because then you can get. I'd like to get the this part of the workshop and the car all in it, but you can only get one or t'other. It's getting hot now. I think he said about £100 for all the bits I need to do the. What's going on here?
Plasma sponges says yep lol.
Hang on. So we'll save it. And then we'll have to go to my saves. Where to save it? All photos. Where's it save it? Downloads. Where the bloody hell? I don't even know where it's put it. Others. Threads, InShot. Pictures. No. Camera. It's not in camera. All photos. Image saved. Okay. Where'd you save to? There we go. Now see if I can share it to Instagram. It says feed stories direct. So if we go feed, right, ChatGPT. I've just taken a photo in my workshop with my car and my recumbent bike, looking for a really good title for my Instagram post.
How about something like Workshop Vibes, Crafting Dreams of My Car and Recumbent Bike? It captures the essence of both your interests and the creative atmosphere of your workshop.
Cool. No cheating here. Honest, no cheating. But it does work. Right, now how do I find the stuff that she told me? Okay, workshop post idea, here we go. Copy selected text, or select text. No, we want to do that. Copy, and then we'll maybe add some stuff to that. Add text, no overlay, filter. Filter, what filters can we do? No, not filters. Next. We say Mark 1 Golf instead of car. So, workshop vibes, crafting dreams. Workshop vibes, crafting dreams with my custom Mark 1 Golf. Let's put cabriolet or cabrio. And my new project. Let's put project. Then we need the information, live stream details. Where did I keep them? Notes. Is it in notes? Yeah, support me. There we go. Live Twitch stream. Copy. Paste that in below. Please go, if you're on my Instagram, please go and like this, and then I'm going to do the same post on TikTok as well. Can you put music on that as well?
Feels like summer. And it feels like summer. Feels like summer. It feels like.
Cool.
Feels like summer.
Do we need to do some hashtags in there? Twitch. Workshop. Vibes. Should we just hashtag the words at the top rather than putting extra lyrics or extra thing? Workshop vibes. Select all. Copy. What other stuff do I need to click? Audience, everyone. Oh yeah, it does threads as well. So it'll be sharing on my threads profile as well, which is kind of nice. Share, there we go. And then create a sticker. Turn part of any photo into a sticker that you can use on your reels. I'll do that later. Cool. Mention music. WhatsApp, add yours. Project. Where's the link? Here we go. How do you edit it? Not very good at doing this. Adding links. Oh, custom text. I didn't see that. That looks pretty good. That's the post look. Stories. There we go. TikTok. I don't know if I'm unbanned on TikTok either yet. Plus, photo, that one. Dreaming. Yeah, I'm feeling the reggae. Oh, that's annoying. So we've mentioned add location. Post it. I don't know what's going to happen. Cancel. I like that photo. That needs to go into the photos that go in the backgrounds, I think. Could just do with the bike, other one for Scotland over there. So we get them all in somehow.
Hi everyone, here we have the new.
Is chat working or is it me? Are you still being really quiet? While my cogs were turning, I was trying to do a post. Testicles.
Classless Sponges says just being quiet.
Need a quick release now for need a quick release for that. But yeah, I like that idea. Having a solar panel with sticks out the back. Getting through some of the gates, if we have to go through gates and stuff, that's going to be a bit of an arse. But I'm definitely putting my my carrier to the test on how much weight I can get on it. Let's turn that music up. I like this one. Yes, that's got a quick release on now. I don't think I've got any spare quick releases anywhere. It needs to be really short as well. I wonder if the bike just got any old stuff. I don't want new bits, I want old bits. Because this bike is all about using stuff that's laying around. A bit like the car, really. You know what I mean? This looks amazing, this car, and it's all built out of old scrap. So it just shows you what you can do when you put your mind to it. Like the paint and the stickers are new, but the light bits in it, these have just got new lenses on them. The original bits are underneath. It's mainly the exterior that's new. The seats in it, all the leather seats that I made, were all made out of the Mark III. They all come out of a newer car. I took the leather and that off and redone the frames to fit the older shell and put it back together. But I had the idea of making this before I met Sam. You remember me saying that, didn't you, at the old house? When we was talking about the car and your brother was like, do you not want to scrap it? And I turned around and went, no. I said, because I'm going to do a conversion with it. And I always said I was going to do a conversion. I never thought I'd get round to doing it. Yeah, it turned out better than I thought, though. I never expected to be a cabriolet. It was a lot of work, more work. Hang on, guys. I'm going to turn the camera around because I'm out here talking. There we go. Can we get out here? Is the cable long enough to get in the garden? Hang on. Wee. Yeah, I'm sitting out drinking my tea. There we go. Where am I sitting? I'm going to sit there on the one that she's put her feet on. You staying there or can I sit there?
I'm going to go and dive in a minute so we'll go back to work.
Is that your tofu?
Stuff off the tree.
You've got woolly toes.
You should have to rubbish there then, yeah?
Would you expect anything different from our daughter?
Even this morning she couldn't say it.
I don't think she doesn't care. She just, her mind just goes elsewhere. If she takes after me, I care, and I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I did that. Down the garage earlier.
She won't admit she's messed up.
I've done stuff this morning. I was talking to these guys, and Dibs come in, he was talking about different bits, and Plasma was talking, then Steam was talking, and there was so much information going into my head, I forgot what I was doing. And I had like a brain fart moment, and I went, where am I?
But she doesn't, when she is caught out, she doesn't then go, oh yeah, sorry. Oh, yesterday, she said she fell off her bike, and she sat there for 30 minutes. I said, well, you had your phone with you, so why did you not phone us?
I think it's because she's just a bit like me. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's done now, that's gone.
I need to break her because she's not a nice human being.
Yeah, I've said this, I love her, but I don't like her.
And she's like, should we do a face mask? I went, well, so I don't even like you, so why do I want to sit with you?
If you're thinking of having kids, we're going to put you off.
And then Hayden's gone to, I'm going to be so cheesy, he's nice. I've changed the bins for you. I've made you a tea.
I know, he's just a little shit. His sense of...
Right, cheesy git. Can't tell me off because I'm doing it all right.
Go out of your way to find stuff. When he says that, say, yeah, but who leaves all their pants and
No, do that to him.
pants and socks and...
But the reason our friends allowed here for 10 minutes is it gives Melissa a sense of time.
She's got no sense of time, and it's pointless trying to teach it to her.
If I don't give her a timeline, she will take the...
I just thought it was a bit unfair, because our mate comes round and they play really nicely in the garden, right? They really enjoy each other's company, and it's nice listening to them play. To be quite honest, she can stay around here all evening and play with Melissa, because it keeps Melissa occupied and she's doing something different.
If you let me finish before you start talking over me again.
Well, no, because...
I've told her she can't come here tonight unless she speaks to you, because I'm not here. It's up to you to
Yep,
decide.
if they want to go in the garden and just play, they're fine.
But
it was going out that I won't allow.
Get stroppy if they're in here making noise and you're trying to concentrate.
No, last time they were actually pretty good. I was doing stuff here and they were just waffling on.
So it's up to her to ask you.
No, the only thing that annoys me is I don't mind playing, because they were talking about, they were acting out whatever scenario they had in their heads. Right, that's fine. What I can't cope with is, I was doing something in the garage the other day. I come out, I thought I'll do it at night when it's quiet, right? And it was really peaceful, and I was in the right... I have to wait sometimes for my mind to be in the right space, and I felt that I was in the right headspace, and I come down here to do it because I had the idea in my head what I was going to do, and they come out to put stuff in the shed and just fucking argued over nothing, and I wanted to walk out and bash their heads together, because it was just absolute nonsense, pointless, and it angered me because I was like, the argument... Well, there wasn't. They were arguing over something that didn't exist. It's pointless. Whereas when they're playing, that's fine. That's quite peaceful to listen to. It's like watching a shit EastEnders, but it's play acting. You know, we used to do it when we were little. You little fucker, who's that? Beware of children. Did you stop the music? Did it physically stop the music?
Plasma sponges says lol.
Yeah, I think you did.
Plasma sponges says no, it's still going.
Oh, it's just mine then. Let's have a look. Hang on. So if I get music...
Lady Claire 83 says oi oi.
Hello, Claire. Welcome in. How you doing?
Plasma sponges says your end probably.
Yeah, it's probably mine. I can restart. I didn't know.
Plasma sponges says LC.
Yeah, check this out. For anyone who's not an IRL streamer, you wouldn't know this. This is the app we use for streaming.
Plasma sponges says So at Lady Claire 83.
See, look, here's my chat down the bottom, right? Yeah, I'll get the sun's not on it.
Lady Claire 83 says working FML.
Oh no, so there's the shout out just gone off. There's all my events. Here's my map if I've got the map on. Quick actions for raiding. My music, so I can watch the videos and I can hold them. I didn't know I could do this to restart the tab. What's all the shooting? But yeah, the little program we use to do all the streaming. Yeah, and then you got the stream board. The stream board, look, it's in the corner of the screen here. You've got your buttons. So it's like having your stream deck with you, and I can add as many of these as I want for changing scenes or restarting chat or socials in chat. So that's what we use as an Isle streamer. To be quite honest, you could probably use this on your next to your computer. If you had Stream Buddy running, you could have that and use that in just as good as using a stream deck. Right. A suspect has been arrested. Are you a cherries or peaches? What is she showing us? Are you a cherries or peaches kind of guy?
Lady Claire 83 says what we're doing today.
I'd eat any fruit, but I'm not sure you're ripe yet.
Plasma Sponges says prepare bike for Scotland.
How do you spell ripe, as in fruit getting ripe? So I'm being cheeky. She's obviously an OnlyFans girl, and I want to be cheeky and put some drama out there. Demolish.
Lady Claire 83 says ripe. Plasma Sponges says ripe in it. Plasma Sponges says bruv.
Okay. So, do you like cherries or peaches? And I'm going to put, I'll demolish any fruit, but I'm not sure you're ripe yet. There we go. That's a pretty good answer to that one. Sorry, love, but I prefer a mature one. Fucking hell.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. There's a sketch with, oh God, what's his name? Billy Connolly. A sketch with Billy Connolly, and he turned around and says about the whole kind of young lady thing or virgin thing, and he said, "Fuck that." He said, "Give me two old slags any day," and it always stuck with me and made me laugh. What am I doing today? I'm working on the bike for Scotland, Claire. I finished the carrier on the front. I have put a photo of what I was doing on the group on my Discord. See if the battery's cable long enough. Yeah. So this basket thing on the front here, this metal, I made aluminium bars that go across the bottom. So we cut these steel bars out. I've got rid of as much of the steel frame as possible. Made the brackets and painted it all, so it's now bolted on the bike. And then we made some aluminium ones at the bottom to make it lighter. And then mounting everything back on it, like my bottle holders, my stuff for my snacks when I'm riding along, all my puncture repair kits and bits and pieces. We've got the pannier bags on the back with the barcode on. We've got the bag for my cooking stuff and all that. And then the other problem we've got was I've got this massive solar panel, which I need to take with me because I need to be able to charge stuff. Here is my solar panel. Look how big the solar panel is. So I was like, where are we going to put the solar panel? So I come up with this idea that we've got this big pole coming out the back. And the idea being is the solar panel is going to mount on this pole. Like that. And it's going to have something hanging down at the back with, I don't know if I can get some, I need some like waterproof cloth that I can iron on. Like what the bags are made of. So I need some like fabric that I can iron on live streaming or something on the back, and that will be hanging off the back. It will also add, so yeah, that's going to be my streamlined solar panel, but I've got to have the framework welded up to get that mounted on there. And then we've got a quick release, so this can be pulled out and it can be strapped next to the bike, because this is only very thin. When the pedals are at the bottom, if the bike was rolling along and I was pushing the bike, I can actually just bungee that on. So if I get a bungee, for instance, I'll show you what I mean, guys. So if you clip that, where can I clip it? Oh, I can clip it on the holes I made. I can just do that and it just holds it on the bike. It's not going to go anywhere. I can push the bike along while the solar panel's on the bike. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It's so thin and lightweight, it's not in the way. Like, I could even load this onto a train with that solar panel held on the side of the frame. So oh, Claire, if you do like the overlays, bits and pieces that I'm using, it's all HUD effects. If anyone's interested, if you want to get them for your streams and bits and pieces. But yeah, there's so many bits and pieces that I've taken off the bike. I want to get them all in one place now. So as I find stuff, I can just pile it on the bike and it's just ready for Scotland. I'm going to go out today for a little ride. I can't go very far. I think we're going to go out on this bike, but I just want to get a few things fixed. Or do we, I don't know, I'm kind of stuck. Do we go out on the recumbent or do we go out on the normal bike? The recumbent's a bit more chilled. I can't go very far, but once this is packed up, I don't really want to be riding it round fully loaded. Yeah, we need to the recurrent, it sounded like, that's what it sounded like. The recurrent. Right, let's get these straps over. These are just going to go on here. It's the title. The problem is the title needs changing as well, because the title currently says in the workshop. And you guys, normally you come back anyway, you know what I mean? I just like to have a clean title that states what I'm doing. I don't want it saying in the workshop and people find me on YouTube. That's the thing, on YouTube, people are searching for certain things. And I want them finding me under that stream title. So yeah, dropping the stream and going live again, the notification goes back out. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I know some people said you lose viewers. Maybe, but most of you guys, is it because you leave tabs open? Maybe I should do a vote. We do a poll. I need to start a poll. I want to see how many people actually leave a tab open on me and then go to work, maybe. Because if you're doing that, then that would make a difference, because it's not going to... If you leave a tab open, does it go live again when I come back on? Does anyone know? Do you know, Claire? So I go live, you open a tab and have it running, and I go off and come back. I don't think it tells you what the title is, does it? I was wondering if you... Oh, okay. So if you open up a tab, so say you're live streaming and I open a tab in my Chrome browser and you end the stream and then go live again, does that browser then go live again because I've got the tab open? Does it automatically reactivate, or does it just sit there and need to be refreshed?
Martin69 says at Lady Claire 83, hello, you okay?
Yeah, she's at work, Martin.
Not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's one thing we need to look at then.
Lady Claire 83 says, hey, Marty.
So yeah, we just need to look at a quick release system for this. I'm not sure how I'm going to make this work. I've got my knees away today. I'm kind of too smart to be down here today. I'm wearing just a t-shirt, lightweight t-shirt, and just some cotton trousers. Sam started me wearing cotton trousers. I always used to be like a jean kind of guy, or combats, because of the pockets. Being an engineer, it was always nice to have pockets for all the stuff you carry. Never wore jogging bottoms until we kind of moved over here. And I started wearing jogging bottoms in the workshop in the winter months. One, because they move around nice and easy and they keep you warm. They're just not very stylish. But normally you can catch me wearing something a little bit kind of... And the hair is this morning it was like Mr. Woo. So I put that hat on so it kind of flattens it down. So that's what the hat's for, to keep the hair, well, what hair there is left. So yeah, we need to... We've just been given work shorts. Get the knees out. Oh, that's a big clamp. I wonder what size that one was. Yeah, but it makes a big difference. Do you not right? I think that having this on, 50 years of age, right? So looking about 50, back to 30. Would you not agree? Because I'm coming up 50 in 3 years' time. Like, I'm 47 in June. I leave for Scotland on my 47th birthday. So, yeah, this is kind of a birthday present of the year. Going back to do what I really enjoy doing.
Lady Claire 83 says should have gone to Specsavers long.
Oh, you cunt. Even if I was the most God-gifted, good-looking man on the planet, I would still be so far away from you, Claire, it would still be a no. So, it doesn't really make any difference. Even if I started going, I'm a lady, I do ladies things. And my mangina. I don't want to be firing shots at Claire. She's a fucking good shot.
Lady Claire 83 says you're still an old cunt and far away. Keep saying you're not like I do.
There's not much of that hose, but don't tell everyone, yeah? From a distance, it could be seen as a clitoris because they're attached to cunts. Oh, God. Has anyone seen the trailer for Clarkson's Farm season 4?
Lady Claire 83 says, do you know what I love that we have a love feel like I know you ages ago?
I think maybe it's just the age. I think it's just that kind of era we come from. I was so afraid to be like this though on stream for a while.
Lady Claire 83 says can't wait for Clarkson's Farm.
No, nor can I. But I was so afraid to be me because we go into this era, and when this all started with all these fucking snowflake fuckers that are upsetting everyone else and making the world a shit place for the rest of us. If you don't like it, fuck off. There's the answer. That's the easy way to solve it. Go and sulk in the corner and come and talk later.
Everything is so PC.
No, I can't deal with it.
Lady Claire 83 when patch appears on shore.
Like, why should I have to feel that I have to act a certain way just to keep someone else happy? No. I'm back to being me. I'm inappropriate. I don't mean anything by it. It's just an innocent bit of banter. And if you can't understand that, then you need to like live a little, because life is far too short to fucking have the ump about everything. So, but then that's how governments want you. They want you to be offended and upset, so you don't fight back. They want you to be weak. Well, I felt really awkward, Claire, because obviously I didn't know that I was not your type when we first started talking, and I was just being me and saying all sorts of things. And then when you told me, I felt really awkward. I'm like, fuck, I've said this and I've said that. And then all the things I said come flooding back, and I'm thinking, well, she's still talking to me. So, so yeah, for a while, I even said to Sam, I said, I hope I haven't upset Claire. And she went, why? I said, well, because she's told me blah, 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 and whatever else. But, nah. It's your job as well, doing the job you do.
83 says why. I have a sense of humour. Plasma Sponges says yet same lol.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, it's that world we live in again, isn't it? But yeah, hopefully at some time, Claire, we'll bump into each other when I'm cycling around the country. I don't think I'm going to be...
I have a dark sense of humour.
Oh yeah, you've got to have a dark sense of you doing your job.
Lady Claire 83 says probably worse than yours. Olga says a woman with a sense of humour. Marry me. Plasma Sponges says no unnecessary punis.
Yeah, but then saying that, so when I used to, like I've said this to many of you, I used to drink in a gay club. I used to DJ there. When I met Sam, I used to drink with a bunch of girls. They were a rugby team, a female rugby team, and they were so crude, like really filthy, and it was hilarious. I loved them, absolutely loved them. And there was amount of times that you'd always get some, like if you drink in a gay venue, you go there and you have to accept everyone for who they are. That's why gay clubs are so good, because people go there that are coming out very kind of scared of life and the way they're not accepted and everything else. And the gay club was a safe place for them. And I've met many of people that there was one guy that was talking to one night, and he come up to me and he wanted a hug, and I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "I've been thrown out." And so he'd come out to his mum, and his dad had overheard and thrown him out. And he was heartbroken. And I said to him, "Look, you got friends." I said, "Your friends now?" And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Keep your friends close." I said, "Because they're always going to be there for you." I said, "And give them a call." I said, "And tell them what's going on." I said, "And let them know." I said, and they were. His friends were there for him, and they looked after him. And but the humour, I think that's why I liked it, because it was very much kind of that drag act, naughty sense of humour. But you couldn't have that in the normal clubs. Oh yeah, Plasma's a good egg. He's just, yeah, he can be a little one, a bit full on. He don't mean to, Plasma. You just get a bit carried away. But yeah, but we love you. It's just sometimes we just need a break. But then it's the same for me, Plasma. Like, people need a break from me, because I'm all over the place at the best of times, and you guys that know me in the streams do your very best to confuse the fuck out of me, and then sit there laughing to yourselves, amused. So, yeah, all over the place, and I'm proper random, because my head is like a lottery ball machine. I never know what's going to pop up next, and nothing like that.
If you need a break, have a quick crap.
Yeah.
Lady Claire 83 says leaving the ship while it's sinking and not telling me you're off the ship FML.
Who did that? Plasma. Now, my favourite one of Plasma is like, I need some bullets, I need ammo, I need ammo, I need ammo. Anyone got any ammo? Plasma. Do you want a pineapple? Do you need some pineapple? That's still my best one. You cracked me up with that one. I clearly said I needed ammo. Do you want a pineapple? Yep. How you doing, Dark Season? Welcome in, dude. We're just chilling. I'm meant to be going out on the bike, but getting that ready for Scotland. And look at this for crazy. This is the new level of crazy. I need the solar panel to run all the streaming gear and charge all the battery packs. And the one bit of space behind the bike. This is lightweight as well. This is only light. Solar panel. How long's the bike? Let's measure this. How long is this bike?
Now 83 says, can you not shrink it a little? Pretty sure you can power the space station with that.
2 meters 40. So yeah, it's nearly 2.5 meters long from the back of the. I wonder what you was going to say then, Claire. I was going to say, I did have a smaller panel, but it just doesn't work. That's the size of panel you need to just about charge a phone or a battery. On a sunny day, not a problem. You can charge 2 phones, 4 phones with this. On a cloudy day, you will just about charge a phone with this or a battery pack on a very, very low level. That's the problem. So you need to over exaggerate the solar panels. So the motorhome I've got has got 600 watt of panels on the roof. On a cloudy day, you're lucky to get 60 watt off of it. So the loss you get if you haven't got direct sunlight on a solar panel is just crazy. So it needs to be overkill. But as I was saying on the stream a minute ago, this is so flimsy. I can just sit it on the pedals and lay it on the bike, and I can just push the bike with it next to it. So going through train stations and stuff like that will be nice and easy, to be quite honest. I'm not sure about getting on the train to Scotland. I might just have to wing it and see what happens, but I'm riding all the way home, so I haven't got to worry about coming the other way. But I just don't know how I'm going to get this welded. I need some cross members welded on this for the solar panel. I'm just thinking how to do it. Should I have them like dog's legs? Welcome back. I was just thinking I could have put a tube in, put some. Just seeing what I've got lightweight. I've got some of this, which is lightweight. Will that panel slot in there? Oh, it will. I've actually got a piece of metal. Looking at different ideas for 1 for lightness and 2 for stripping down. But no, I might use that for the windscreen on the bike actually. When I do the windscreen on the bike, I can slot the plastic into here, so I can just slot it in rather than have to bolt it. What the hell? How many bits in there? Oh. There we go. Right, I'm gonna go recycling stuff on, and I'll go live in a little bit, guys, so I can get out on this recumbent. I don't know where we're gonna go. We'll do a circuit somewhere. Don't know, mate. Just bits and pieces. I'm enjoying the stream with you guys, to be quite honest, but I need to get up and about. I need to get the car in the air as well to get the recumbent out. So I'm going to end the stream, go and get ready, get the car up, get the a couple of bits on the recumbent, and then we'll get out on the road. I'm just going to go lightweight. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I'm just going to go and get ready, and I can get this hat off then.
Says, get out the house, you wench. Enjoy the weather.
We're going out now. Be back in a bit. Who's live anyway? Who can we raid?
Yatesig says, go touch grass.
Who's live? Hang on, following.
Olga says, take care. Yatesig says, see ya later.
Oh, Minimal's on. Minimal's live.
Olga says, bye folks. Have a great day.
Yeah, we'll raid Minimal.
Sponges says bye. Olga says, socials.
Let's raid minimal. Hang on. Raid. There we go. Cool. Go and say hello. Minimal was an IRL streamer from. Is it Germany? Is he from Germany or no? Not wasn't Germany. Where was he from? Was it Belgium? Was he from Belgium? But yeah, me and Breaks met him a little while ago. So yeah, go and say hello for me. We need a countdown timer. We need the countdown timer to go 3, 2, 1, go for when the raid ends. So people have got an idea. Well, I've got no idea when the raid thing's going to end. So I need it to go 10 seconds and then do the countdown. Bye. Bye, everyone. Much love. Later. I'll try and give you a call in a bit.